What's up, everybody? It's your favorite shadow of your former selves, favorite nerd, and today we are looking at the MMC Hellion. This is all known to me from Cape Cod John. It's just kind of serendipitous. I was on Shattercast, and I was like, dude, what's up with that dude? I haven't heard from him for a while. He hit me up, and he was like, come to think of it, I just got this toy. I'd love for you to take a look at it. I said, yes, definitely, please. So he sent it my way. I'm not sure if I had the opportunity to look at the red one or not. I don't know if Robert D is getting it. I can't recall.
Doesn't matter right now.
Stay focused. But I do appreciate the opportunity to take a look at it. This does come with a number of accessories, which is nice because it's such a small little fella. So let's take a look at those first. Comes with two handguns, they're both painted silver, and the sculpts are nice. And he holds his guns just fine. He comes with this It's That Thing from that episode, which is his bazooka that he can kind of lay down like this on a little tripod unit. You can fold that up to get a better situation, or you can hold it. Once again, nice sculpt, and we have some silver paint detailings on there. I'd be mindful of these little fellas. They're a thinner plastic, but other than that, it's good to go. And at least the sculpt is accurate. So I'd rather than make something that's fragile and you have to be careful than make something that's sturdy but looks not the part. And he holds the bazooka just fine as well. It comes with two alternate heads. This one has gray paint all over the eyes. This one is done a lot better, but I guess that's going to be an individual results will vary kind of thing, but you know, keep your eyes open, so to speak, am I right? And then also, it probably would have been nice to paint the inside of his mouth. That seems like a careless choice as well. He comes with a little hood weapon. This swaps out of the top part, and it has the little ray there, and that's painted silver. And there, that is utilized. The peg is at the top part towards the windshield, so it's better to kind of push back here on the back and then sort of try to pry up from the bottom because it is a tight little fit and there's not a lot of space around to get your nail or whatever to get it out. And then he comes with the sled mode pieces. This is painted silver. We have the silver accents on there, and then the black is just the plastic. And we'll take a look at that right now. So the sled pieces just utilize this peg and they plug into the center of the wheel. And then the front bumper bit notches into all of this stuff at the bottom of the bumper, and you're good to go. Gimmick-wise, the doors on the car do open, and then you can kind of get a look at inside there with the seat and all. So that's pretty cool, I guess. Doesn't bother me anyway. And to be honest, you can kind of open the hood up as well. It does distort the bumper a little bit. I mean, the hood, the trunk of the vehicle. So that's kind of cool. I mean, you know, it's a bit of a stretch, but I think you know where I'm coming from. As for the vehicle itself, rolls like a champ. We got rubber tires, silver paint accents on the wheels, red translucents, and then yellow with the kind of detailings there painted on. Looks great. Underneath you see a little bit of how you're doing, but for the most part it looks really sharp, and that doesn't bother me, to be honest, either. Cape Cod John applied the sticker himself. It does have a steering wheel. It has a tendency to get a little jammed up, he says, so he left it separate. We'll kind of take a look at it a little bit later on. I don't think there's any need to kind of show you that at the moment. We can just kind of go without. I can show it to you. It's right here. Just a little gray plastic steering wheel. But yeah, I think it looks pretty good. We got the translucent there, and then the same detailings on the front. It's over white. I think this might be paint, this black. It looks like paint to me, which looks very sharp and nice. I hope the Cliffjumper gets the same treatment. And there it is next to Tiger Track, so I like that as well. I think some people are going to believe this to be too small, but for me, it's reminiscent of the toys as a kid, and it feels right. Let's get him transformed. Disconnect the legs and pull them down. Split the legs. Flip this piece up, and then flip this piece down, and you can bring the foot down. Then on the underside of the foot, fold the wheel in. There's a small piece here that you want to fold to the inside, and then fold this entire part around to the front. That'll lock in. This closes in behind it. We'll show it again. Open up here. Bring this piece to the inside. Fold the whole foot down. I'll try to show you this the best I can. Fold this tire around to the bottom. Take this small piece and hinge it to the 180. Fold this entire piece down so that it will plug in to the front of the foot, and then this piece folds around the back. You then want to separate the back section of the vehicle and extend it up. This will allow you to bring the waist down, open both doors, and then pull them out on sliders. The sliders are very small and feel a little delicate, so use caution. Before we get to these arms, which are pretty involved, we're going to do step one, which is fold the tires to the inside of the vehicle, so 90 degrees towards the inside, and then you can kind of move all of this mumbo jumbo out. The part that's connected to the fist that forms the back seat of the chair, you want to turn 180 degrees. These two pieces form the forearm. Make sure that this armature that holds the hand is sitting in the middle, and as you collapse them both, you should be able to form a forearm. We'll show that again. So spin the chair 180, bring this arm down on this armature, collapse the two pieces that make up the side of the forearm around it so that it sits evenly between the two. It's difficult to explain, but it's easy to do in hand. It's fairly intuitive. These really dark figures are hard to show off what I'm trying to say, but there's these two pieces right here, and the notches are sitting down towards the hips. You want to move those in so that they're sitting parallel with the bars that hold the shoulders. A very small step, but it needs to be done. Making sure that your piece is all the way slid out here. Fold it back around the windshield. Give yourself some slack though, so that you can fold it up underneath the roof of the car and plug it back in. We'll show that on the other side. We're gonna collapse. We're gonna rotate it around, giving ourselves a little bit of slack so that we can plug it back into the vehicle. Then you wanna take the backpack, make sure this piece is up, make sure the head fits through, and take the backpack around to the back. Now this is my favorite part of the transformation. However, I want to be clear that you can leave this like this. There's nothing wrong with it. You know, if you like this look, because there is a piece that kind of pops up when you do this part. So you flip this up, you bring this down, you bring this piece around basically 180 and put it back into position and re-secure it. Very, very smart stuff. It does create this little bit of a notch there behind the head. If that bothers you, you can go back the other way. Let me clean them up, we'll take a look at them. Alrighty. So the head actually has some interesting stuff. You can bring it up a bit and then you can get like a severe down and up, but you do break up some of the sculpt. With it collapsed, you can still get a fair bit down and a fair bit up, I'd say, and then the swivel. The face paint on this is done much cleaner than the alternate one that we saw, and per usual with the cleaner one of the alternate one we saw, so that's nice. For the shoulders, they're on universals basically. You get out to there, and then all the way around. You have a bicep swivel, double hinged elbow, wrist swivel, fingers on a base pin knuckle, no individually articulated fingers, but I think that would probably, oh no, there are. The index finger is, I thought it wasn't. But it's, that's probably a little bit overkill. Did he get you? Anyway, you get the point. Paint wise, we got nothing on the arms. Moving down, we have a waist swivel and we have an ab crunch. Unfortunately, it comes at the cost of whatever this is, which I do feel like throws off the aesthetic and the proportions of this significantly. Like, it looks like his body is sitting on this little, I don't know, that bothers me. Just how thin this whole section is. I don't care for it one bit, aesthetically. All right, for the hips, they're universals. Tensioned, you get out to there. Full Van Damme. Forward and back for the full Monty. Thigh swivel, single hinge knee, but gets you way past well, not way past, but significantly past 90 degrees, so no issue there. Ankle rocker, not an extreme ankle rocker, but it's definitely there. Ankle tilt down, ankle tilt up. So all of the articulation works beautifully. It's a really well engineered figure in that regard, action figure wise. To be honest with you, my only issue with this thing is the way it looks. Let's do some size comparisons. Size comparison wise, there it is with a few other third-party mini-bot offerings, and I'm okay with the size. It's a little small, but I think Cliffjumper should be a little small, so ultimately, this all works for me. And there he is with Fans Toys Hound because, you know. G1. Final thoughts. I got news for you. This thing is bouncing me around a bit. Not unlike today when I was playing a little trampoline dodgeball. I'm knocked her upside her head so many times. She actually got a few good shots in on me as well. Anyway, we gotta talk objectively and subjectively on this one. Objectively, it's pretty close to perfect. So it's very difficult to point out problems with it. There is one, and we're gonna look at it right now. Objectively, I can say that these proportions are off. The legs are too short in comparison to a torso that's too long, and the hips are too narrow. So proportionately, it's off. Objectively. Subjectively, I hate the way this looks. I really, really do. It's too skinny and long and yet short. That is my biggest problem. It's so unfortunate because everything else about it is on the money. It's just they The only thing they didn't nail is the way it looks, which is just super unfortunate. I personally can't get past it. It looks too ridiculous to me to truly consider. Like, it just doesn't look good. And like, for me, for my purposes, the majority of my collection is meant for display. So he can't perform 90% of why I would buy him. But if you like the way he looks, stick around, because I got a lot of good stuff to say. The finish on the black, whatever they chose to do, it may just be a smooth plastic. I can't tell. I don't think it's paint, but it looks like it is, so it gets a pass from me. Looks great. The materials feel good. The engineering is awesome and has a few of those masterpiece moments. It comes with a boatload of accessories. All of them fun, interchangeable, and appropriate. The articulation is awesome, and the alt mode looks superb. So it almost checks every box on the way down, except for how it looks, which is a bummer. So here's the thing. If you like the way it looks, there's no way you'll be disappointed. If you thought it looked bad before, I can assure you it only looks worse in hand. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. Until next time, take care.